What's up everybody, AnOldSchoolPro here, and welcome to my very first jungle Udyr guide. Hope you guys are excited just like I am. I can't wait to show you guys the ways of the deer. So, we're going to start with the runes and masteries for the Udyr. I'm going to be going over Udyr, what he is as a champion, what items to go with Udyr, what summoners are supposed to go with Udyr, how to do the early game, all this good stuff. I'm going to be going over all of that in this video. So if you guys do enjoy, don't forget to leave a like, and if you have any questions, don't forget to comment in the comment section below. Let's start with the runes. So for the runes that I'm going right now are this for this build. You want to go 3 movement speed quints. You want to go 9 attack speed marks for that early game attack speed, especially when you're going Phoenix. 9 scaling health, because with this build we're going to be rushing armor, so we're not going to need the armor seals early game. And last, this is where it gets a little bit tricky. So we're going to have 6 scaling ability power glyphs and 3 scaling magic resist glyphs. This will give us a total of 19 ability power late game, and and how much? 9 magic resist late game. So yeah, this is the rune setup you want to go. If you don't have enough for scaling AP, just go with regular AP glyphs, you should be fine. But try to get the scaling MR glyphs and everything else. So for the other runes and mastery page, you're going to want to go this. This is for the full tank Tiger Udyr build. You want to go 1 attack damage quint, 2 movement speed quints, 9 armor seals because we're not going to be rushing armor, 9 magic resist glyphs, and 9 80 marks, because we're going to be going Tiger, and this build is focused on early game a lot. So yeah. Alright, so for the runes, if you're going to go in the Ninja Tabby Rush build that I'm going to be showing later in this guide, you want to go 12-0-18 with Grasp of the Undying. That's right, not Courage of the Colossus, Grasp of the Undying. You also want to go 12 in the Ferocity tree instead of the Cunning tree, because we're going to be playing a bit more offensive with this build, at least early game, because we're going to be rushing a Trinity. And we'll be able to be tanky early game because of the Ninja Tabby Rush. So, basically 12-0-18. Just copy this down, pause the video if you need to. So for the other build, you're going to want to go this 0-12-18, basically full tank, which is kind of like, it's kind of like weird, because with Tiger you think, wait, shouldn't I go for a more offensive mastery page? But the thing is, we're going to be going tank later into the game, and we're going to be we'll fall off if we don't build tank. So the point is, we're going to go tank in the masteries for the late game, because we already do enough early game damage. So make sure to go 0-12-18 with Courage of the Colossus for the Tiger tank build. So I'll quickly go over the builds. So the first one is the Ninja Tabby Rush build. This is going to be with Phoenix stance. Not Tiger stance. And we're going to start with Hunter's Talisman and Warding Totem. No refillable pots, because we're not bitches here. We don't need the fucking health early game. First back, you definitely want to go with that Ninja Tabby. And if you have enough gold, go with the Control Wards and put that somewhere on the map, so you get Vision OP. Then after that, you want to eventually get your Sheen and your Phage for movement speed and CDR and mana. What else? You also want to, later if you're ahead, go Trinity Force. If you're not ahead, go Cinder Hulk. But you'll eventually build this in the early game. And your final build should look a little bit like this: Cinder Hulk, Trinity, Ninja Tabby, Thornmail, Spirit Visage, and GA. You will do so much damage, and you'll be extremely tanky with this build. So for the next, for this one, this is the Tiger Tank Tiamat build, I like to call it. This is where we are going to go Machetes early game, because we are going to gank at level 3 with this build. So we don't care about mana sustain really. So we're going to go Hunter's Machete for the lifesteal against monsters. The Rejuvenation Bead, because we're going to be rushing Tiamat, and Rejuvenation Bead builds into Tiamat, then Warding Totem. So you want to get a Tiamat early game. That's the core of this build. and then go Cinder Hulk later for the health. And then after these early game items, you want to go either a Randuin's or a Spirit Visage next. And eventually your final build should look like this. You sell the Tiamat later into the game, like really later into the game, and you buy another tanky item like Dead Man's Plate or Banshee's Veil, depending on the comp. So for the early game jungling clear, so what you want to do is you want to ask your top laner or bot lane, depending on which side you're on, to help you leash your blue buff, possibly make them tank 1 or 2 auto attacks from the monster. And after that, you want to go Gromp and then to Wolves. That should give you level 3 early game. Now, if you're going Ninja Tabby Rush, you definitely want to put another point in Phoenix Stance, unless you see your mid lane pushed in and you think you can gank your mid laner and get a first blood. If you can, put a point in Bear Stance. If not, go put a point in Phoenix Stance and continue farming the whole jungle until you get to level 4. That's pretty much about it for the early game clearing for Phoenix Stance. So for Tiger Stance, it's going to be a little bit different. We are going to be starting with the Machete, which means we're going to have less mana sustain, but we're still going to be starting blue buff, so that won't be much of a problem. So again, same stuff, ask your top lane or bot lane to leash your blue buff. Once you do that, go Gromp, but after Gromp, you're going to want to walk all the way to red buff, get red buff, and then put a point in Bear Stance at level 3 and start looking for any gank. If you can't seem to find a gank early game, take Scuttle or something and then go into the enemy jungle and see if you can catch them off guard and get a first blood in the enemy jungle. That is the preferred thing to do. So for ganking, what you need to know about ganking with Udyr is pretty basic. You want to make sure your top laner knows you're coming to gank. You want to make sure that the enemy laner, whoever it is, top lane, mid lane, bot lane, they're pushing in towards your side, which gives you a chance to gank them officially. When you gank them, you don't want to immediately flash or do anything like that. You want to run up to them, Bear Stance, activate your Tiger or Phoenix, continue auto attacking them, and if they flash and if they're low health, you flash 2. Make sure they're the first ones to flash for the most part, so you know that they wasted their flash. You don't want to gank, waste your flash, and get nothing out of it. It'd be better to get nothing out of it and still have your flash. A debate on whether to go flash or ghost. So obviously flash is going to be the better one, just because of the potential you have with that. You can flash over walls. You can never ever flash over a wall with ghost. You know, you can't go over a wall with ghost. At the end of the day, flash is going to be better on Udyr than ghost, but ghost has such a shorter cooldown, and if you know how to use ghost really well, that could also be really well. Being able to activate ghost when ganking a lane and making the enemy team making the enemy top laner, for example, use up his flash for your ghost. That's always worth. It's better to waste your ghost for his flash. That's always worth. So you have to know when to use ghost. They're both really good in the early game. Not much difference. A potential about flash is you can flash skill shots, but at the same time you can also debate that ghost gives you enough movement speed to dodge the skill shots and sidestep them because of such a movement speed. But again, I recommend going flash. I used to go ghost all the time, but I think flash is the best one for Udyr. Thanks for watching my Udyr guide, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, again, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. My Twitch is in the description below. If you guys have any type of questions or you guys want to see more Udyr guys, don't forget to comment that below so I know what you guys want. Other than that, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.